Ah, that's fresh daily. That's fresh daily. Fresher than the it's the brother of the SOUL as usual. Man, that's gonna be one banging ass song once it comes out. Hopefully in January or December. Who knows? Soul Food coming soon. Soul Providers, what's up? Aha! What's up, everybody? My name is Mighty Muds, and this is pretty fresh. I have to be honest. I don't remember how I start these things. I forgot because it's been a while. I apologize. I always thought I was never gonna be one of those dudes that had a podcast and then all of a sudden he forgot. And then all these people were like, "What the fuck? What happened? Where'd it go?" And all this other stuff. But yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that happened to me in my life, besides work and stuff and personal stuff. But like, I just got really busy with like video stuff and photo stuff. Like, so many jobs and people that I've had to work with. And I actually, like, the 1st of October, I just said, "Hey, you know what? I'm taking a break." I told everybody, "Hey, I'm taking a break," and a lot of people have been respectful and have not bothered me. But hopefully I'm out of this little funk that I'm in, and I finish everybody's videos that I have had to have finished already by now, and I just start fresh. Maybe the new year I take on some new people, but as of now, I'm focused on me, my crew, and Soul Providers. Yeah. What's up, guys? I feel like we haven't talked. I feel like I haven't spoken to anybody. I feel like it's just been weird. I haven't talked to anybody like that. I haven't done a podcast in forever. Like, do I do this right? Are my levels okay? Like, I feel like I'm yelling, but I'm not. Am I yelling? Fuck. I'm good, right? I think I'm good. I'm not yelling. My mic level is not peaking, so I should be fine. I just got a text. Man, I am just pumped today. I'm pumped. You know why? Of course you know why. Because I dropped 4 episodes in one day. Yes, I said it. 4 episodes in one day. I said, you know what? I have all these episodes. I gotta just take them out. And I can't wait. And like, the way this whole program thing runs is if you don't, there's not rollover minutes. Like, if you don't use your October minutes, you're kind of, you ran out. So I'm like, hey, I just want to bang them all out, release them all out. So why not? So I don't know which one you're listening to first. I dropped Mighty Mad Hour. I dropped one personal episode, and then I dropped Zzay's, which is this one, and Kiddos, which is the next one that you might listen to. So whichever order you're listening to, I don't know. I should have, thought of it, but I didn't. I'm sorry. It's just the type of guy I am. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But today we have Zzay. We have ZIZZLE. Zzay is from a lot of people's stuff, a lot of people's crews. She has like 18. No, I'm just kidding. She has Rich Minds. I know that one. She has Fresh State. I know that one. And then I know the main one. Not to be biased or anything, but she's from east of the river, man. She's our soul sister. She's our sister. She's our east of the river sister. That kind of made sense, right? Of course it did. She just dropped Botany. She's been doing a lot of stuff. She's never not working, pretty much. Zzay is just that type of girl that just, she fucking knows what she wants. She does what she wants. She doesn't give a shit what you think about her, what you say about her, any of that stuff. She doesn't care. She's all on her level. She's herself. She is Zzay. 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 That's who she is. And I'm so proud to have known her for so long. We were exchanging messages back then in like around the high school area. We both we live in Southgate, or we used to live in Southgate. She used to live in Southgate. And, man, we were just neighbors, and now we're part of the crew, man. It feels nice, right? Doesn't it feel good? It feels super good. So I'm glad that you are listening, and I am glad that you are back. Yes, we are back. The Mighty Mad Hour is also back. Did I mess up that thing? I think it sounded like I messed up. The Mighty Mad Hour is back with Mad Max and Mighty Muds. Yes, 4 M's. Anyway, we're back to Pretty Fresh is back. I'm so happy. I'm good. I feel good today. It's my birthday today. I feel good. I'm pumped. So, thank you for listening. This is brought to you by Platform Collection, Fresh Daily, Stay Illuminated, East of the River Network. We are just a flowing movement, man. We are just gathering this up and just moving along. Yes, we are moving along. All right. So once again, I am happy to announce that we are back. I'm excited. You should be excited. I'm kind of just rambling on because I created this whole little length of time that I thought I was going to need to talk to you, but I guess I didn't need that much time, and now I hear the music kind of lowering down, so I guess we're kind of done. So anyway, this is Zzay, East of the River. Here we go. I'm still working out the kinks where
you're seasoned.
Okay. What?
You're seasoned with this. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I guess that too, but it's more like I don't know. So my interface, where my headphone jack would be or is, there's I'm supposed to have like a splitter or whatever. So I did have one, but I wasn't on, and then you weren't on, or something, or
so it's just not keeping the sound correct.
Yeah, and I think the one that I did see was I don't know, $50 to $80, I think, and that's just an investment I'd rather not do.
All right, guys, you heard it here. Muds needs money,
especially.
So fucking get him to do your music videos,
especially since I didn't know where I was going with that.
Because we struggling.
Man, I feel freaking great. Do I sound loud?
Yeah, you're screaming into the microphone.
I'm sorry. That was my bad. My bad, Z's.
It's okay.
So, yeah, I feel pretty good. How do you feel?
I feel great. This is our introduction to my new ASMR.
It's I guess. Okay, go ahead.
This is Yasmin, a.k.a.
We did. It's funny because we did talk about that 2 months ago.
Yeah, honestly, it really is something I want to do.
I think you should, just because it would sound. It's it sounds.
Can you imagine just hearing that all the time? Just a little bit of clicking. I don't know. It's weird because I have pretty gnarly insomnia, and
that's what stops it, or that's.
It honestly is. It's the fact that also. When somebody the easiest way for me to fall asleep is if you run your hands through my hair or just scratch one specific spot on my body, and that's usually what does it for me. And obviously because I'm alone, I don't have anybody to do that.
Hey, you're never alone with me, buddy.
That's true, but
you're never alone.
Not there to rub your hands through my hair when I'm trying to sleep.
That's true.
So I got into. My sister actually showed me about it. My sister's a massage therapist, where she has her massage therapy license too. Yeah. It's on top of the other things she does.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So she, obviously massage and things like that are a form of ASMR, and it's a form of relaxation. So she was like, "You should try it." And I was like, the first time I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Why it sounds weird? It looks stupid or something?
Weird. It's just women whispering into a big ass microphone, or playing with each other's hair, or just literally finding stuff to even this sound.
Yeah,
it's soothing to some people.
I don't remember how I stumbled upon it, but I did. Mm-hmm. Stumble upon it, and I stumbled upon one girl, and I was watching, and I was like, this feels good.
Yeah.
I was listening to her say whatever she was saying, and I was like, this feels good.
Yeah.
And then I didn't subscribe or anything because I don't know, I didn't feel
that
was a leap. That was a leap I was not willing to leap off of.
No, honestly, I followed one person for ASMR. Her name's Whispers Red. She's from the UK. She's dope. And I like the fact that she has an accent.
Right.
And I subscribed to her videos, and now I have like 20 streaming in my little algorithm. But yeah, it's really relaxing. There's different things. There's literally ones that involve Reiki. There's ones that involve
what?
Reiki, like spiritual healing and cleansing.
Got it.
It has to be done by a Reiki healer. So there's this woman who is a Reiki healer, and she tells you all these invigorating things. And I don't know, a lot of people are like, this shit is bogus, but like a lot of people are also like, this is really helpful. So it's just something that I've been thinking of doing. But yeah, this is my little segment with you. This is fun. We got Sam's Boigas.
Yeah, we did. It was
off of Whittier
super
Boulevard.
good.
It was bam. That's Mud's sipping his Hamada.
I was so excited when you said Sam's. You're like, let's go to Sam's. I was like, yeah, let's go.
You thought I was talking about the titty bar.
No, I guess it was not the titty bar. It was food, which I was excited for as well. But
yeah,
I mean, I wanted to see. When you want to see boobies, you just want to see boobies.
Yeah.
See boobies? You want to see boobies.
Yeah.
So you should try that ASMR thing. Anyway, so how I usually start these. Have you ever listened to one of these?
I have listened to
Which
this,
one?
Yeah. I've listened to the one with Fresh Daily. I listened to the one with, obviously, Mad Max.
Right. First one.
Yeah, the very first one.
Yeah.
And then you did one with Cookbook.
Right.
I heard that one. And
did I do one with Cookbook?
If I'm not mistaken.
I don't
or if
think I did.
I think, didn't he have you on his podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I listened to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do one with him. Eventually, though. That'll be great. But yeah, so we usually started off How I Met You. So How I Met You...
Shmee.
Man, I don't know.
I kind of met you online.
I feel like I feel
Facebook,
the same way. I feel
like
the same
when
way.
I was in Iron Lung Movement.
I feel the same way.
And for people that don't know, Muds and I are from the same city, from Surgate, Southgate.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this all the time, but I'm gonna say it again. I went to high school with Vile, and I guess we've always had mutual friends,
right?
Because you knew some of the people. Because Southgate has pretty much two high schools, and they're pretty much at opposite ends of the city. And there's Southgate High School, which has been around for a very long time, and then there's Southeast High School, which is a newer high school that I went to, and that's how I met Vile, and I met Evil there, or our homegirl Evelyn.
Uh-huh.
And, I met a couple of mutual friends now.
Sheep.
Yeah, Sheep. I met her there, but when I was in Iron Lung Movement, you were supposed to do a video.
Senior year? Was that senior year already, or you were off of school already?
I was for Iron Lung Movement. I didn't.
It must have been when you were out of you were probably in senior year, right?
No,
or out of school.
When
Maybe
I was
fresh.
in the group. Oh, my mic cut out. Oh, wait, there it goes. When I was in the group, I had just kind of left college and went to go. I pretty much got kicked out of my house, and got sent off to my mom's, and I was doing music with Iron Lung Movement. This was maybe like 2011, 2012.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I started doing music with Iron Lung Movement, and I think we were gonna have you do like a cipher for us, like the EOTR cipher.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and I think Thought So made the beat, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think we actually no, we were actually gonna rip off a YouTube beat. And yeah, but
because there's like what 6 or 7 of you guys, I think.
It was Beanstalk, Rick Rock, Steve DeMar, Decipher, Bevan, myself, and some girl named Bianca. I'm sure. Oh, and this other dude named High Hand.
And then the leader was Beans, right?
No, Beans was in there for a while. Shout out to Beanstalk. He's like the only person I still communicate with.
So I think you're right. I think around that, that was one of the things. And if not the first one, probably.
Vile and Beanstalk have known each other for a while.
Yeah, that was high school stuff. They used to hang out at the skate park and stuff like that.
And Vile had done a couple of shows with us. I think we did it at the Salon Juarez bar. That's actually one of the nights I first like started hanging out with Vile for real, and I was like,
where was this at? What city?
Salon Juarez in Southgate, right across the street from 3043. Shout out to Javi
really?
at 3043.
No, I don't think that didn't happen. He was there probably.
No, he performed. I have
Really?
pictures of him performing.
Really? That's funny. I don't remember that.
Yeah, and he also did a show with me at Shenanigans. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that one. That was the one I was there for.
Ruben,
That was the
Butters.
first. That was the first show he ever.
Shout out to all the SG
he
homies.
performed. The first two shows that I remember, I don't remember that one, the one by the bar or whatever across the street from 3043, but I remember the one at Shenanigans, and I remember the other one that was in Maywood.
Yeah. I remember that one too.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that one because that was the first time I was on stage with him too.
Oh, okay, for sure.
In Shenanigans, I was supposed to do it, but then I was like, nah, there's only one mic, I think, and then you could just do it. And then
yeah, I remember that.
So
and
he did it.
a lot of like the people who are now in like a part of Rough Roots were there too.
Mm-hmm. There was a good amount of people that I did not think were rappers or whatever.
But
or like I didn't think that was like a big thing to be a rapper.
I mean, it wasn't, and at the same time Shenanigans is more so known for like bands and things like that. So I think it was like a lot of cross homies, because like you had fools from like Hidden Depths and Seagulls there, and all the fools who like pretty much a lot of like Toadstool bar homies, and a lot of them were there. So I think it was not necessarily out of the element.
Southgate stuff, by the way, like 3043 and
I know.
Saloon.
I mean, for people that don't really know, I mean, I was born and raised in San Gabriel Valley, specifically Rosemead, but when my parents split, I moved to Southgate and pretty much, lived there.
Who? With who?
My pops.
With your mother? Father? Okay.
No, yeah, my mom lost custody of us when I was 9.
Mm-hmm.
And lived with my pops, and he actually worked for the city of Southgate for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jesus.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on. Max
is here. Hold
Max and Kiddo are here still. They're, just casually walking in. You guys are matching kind of.
One loud ass boom. Ah, fuck.
Hi, guys.
That was perfect.
How you doing?
Hey. Have a seat, buddy. Have a seat. Or you want to sit here? You want to do stuff? You can do stuff on the computer. It's fine. I'll get up. Jeez.
So comfy.
So that was a lot of Southgate stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of shit. But I remember fucking one of the things.
I met you for real. We had our first photo shoot a couple of days. No. I remember we met. I was at a thrift store. I had just finished shopping, and we were just going to do some photos and just chat for a little bit.
Where was this?
We went to that that park off Southern and Long Beach. Come on, buds. I know you remember this. And you were like, hey, let's just meet up and chat and talk, because we were going to perform Tuxedo Mask like a week later.
Yeah, okay.
And then you met up with me at that and you gave me your stickers.
We took pictures that day?
We took we took a couple. It was mostly you just like recording me talking.
Yeah, I do remember that part. I don't remember the photos thing. I was like,
well, we didn't take like a
photos
photo shoot. It was literally just me like talking to you. I found like a KPFK shirt and like a bunch of dope shit at this sick ass little thrift store in Southgate that they took down now. But that's like where I met you, and then a week later we filmed.
That's funny. I did not remember the meetup. I remember the video, but I don't remember the meetup at all. That's funny. That's funny.
This is Zzay. Shout out to Mighty Muds. This is pretty fresh. I take one step forward and dive into a crevice, swimming to a safe space, landscapes that were destined. I'm stressing on the small things. I don't need a calling. Don't you try and stop me unless you got some valuable advice. Don't look me in the eyes. My passion has no price. Don't need to be dragged down. I can stress myself out on my own. Alone I roam in a world so golden. It's hard world all falls down. You try to do what's right, and you start to look around. People fighting over comments, bombs dropping. This always been so common, but I'm looking in your eyes, and I know you're feeling guilty. Not from what you did, but how your action has been missing. I don't need you around to be stressing me out. I can do that on my own. I don't need your blessing when I've embraced the time to grow. Now let me take it back 3 years. I was living in fear, sleeping on the couch and drowning in my doubts. The only thing keeping me alive was a pen and a mic. Life didn't matter with the 40 or a pipe. Riding in the moonlight, riding with the groove. I learned so much from my mistakes. You're maybe the make or break. The challenges will never fade. That don't mean don't misbehave. Get your ass up on the stage. You're not at an age where you allow a small delay to take control of your life. Don't you look into my eyes. Don't you try to give me advice. Don't you look into my eyes. I don't need you around to be stressing me out. I can do that on my own. Don't need your blessing when I've embraced the time to grow. The time to grow. The time to grow. Whoa. God damn, man. That took forever, but that's pretty fresh. My name's Zzay. Shout out to Many Muds, east of the river. Yep.
No, I was gonna say, like, the first encounter that I remember was on our SoundCloud. Like, I think you messaged, I guess, Zachary or Val or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And that message is still fucking there. Like,
How cute.
probably I don't know if you
10
ended
years
up.
ago?
Yeah, it was like, hey, you guys want to collab, or you want to collab or something? It's so funny to see it now. It's like, oh fuck, we still haven't done it too. Like, it's just even fucking
it's
funny,
so bad.
and it's just like fuck. But
No,
yeah, I was tight.
I definitely was more of an artist that was like trying to collaborate and like build forces, and I think everything happened in its right time because we didn't necessarily do that, but now we're like in this collective together, and
Yeah,
I think that's honestly a little bit doper.
that's full circle shit. That's funny.
Yup.
Yeah, the whole ill movement thing. I remember the one of the things that they were saying when they started doing the mass, like,
Oh yeah.
mass not firing, but mass, like, kicking out of
Yeah.
cleansing or whatever.
Yeah.
That one of the, which is, I find it super funny and ironic now, is that one of the reasons or whatever that I heard that everybody got kicked out was because, like, they weren't putting in enough work.
Yeah.
And it's just
that's
so funny now to
exactly
see
what
you.
it
It's
was.
like, from all of them, it's like they're all like,
I mean, that was honestly a sense of motivation. I was pretty close with a lot of the people there, and I felt like it was kind of like what we have now, like with the family basis, and
right.
kind of being like brothers and sisters. And I mean, I don't count the other girl as a real artist in the group. She like did backup vocals here and there, but I really felt like it was like a family thing. And then they were like pretty much like, oh, you know, it's a business move, but it was also kind of like, you guys don't know shit about business.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
it's.
So,
I mean, no offense to all the guys and stuff, but
I mean, I don't give a fuck at this point.
But
I
it
really
was,
don't care.
It was really like. Well, I guess now, looking
Yeah,
back at
yeah.
it now, it's. But at that point, it was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I guess.
Yeah, no. It was totally. I understood at the time, but at the same time, I still kind of hurt and was like, man, fuck this. But at the same time, it was like, my dad was like, well, what are you doing? Like, you're out there doing these shows. You don't really like make any money off of this. Like, you're losing sleep. You're dealing with a bunch of dudes who like don't let you say what you want to say. And I mean, I deal with dudes now, but at least I feel like I have like an opinion, and what I say matters, and sometimes what I say can contribute to whatever we're doing. And at that point, we were all young too, so I mean, at that point it was like, you know what, it's just something that I need to step away from. But
it's just funny seeing how it was before,
yeah,
because like, well, now we're at a certain like, you know, level and stuff, but like beforehand, like I think me and Vile and Thoughts, we started around 2011 or whatever.
We started around the same time.
Around the same time, and then you guys were doing shows, and we were like, what the fuck, like we didn't know shows existed like that. Like, you know a venue that fucking that, whatever, you know, like stuff like that.
Remember that show we did in Long Beach together? It was at a art gallery. I remember Vile coming along with us. I don't know if you were there.
I probably wasn't there.
Hitched a ride with us, and he rocked there. Yeah, and he was just under Vile. It was pretty crazy.
That's funny. I did not remember that.
But you know, to each his own. Everybody is on their own different path right now.
It was it was relatively new for everybody around there. I mean, at that time, with Ill Movement and with us and whoever else was around there. I mean, I remember like names like I think I forget his name. I think Sneaky or something.
Sneaky,
was like,
yeah.
It felt like he was up there, and we were like, oh, like this guy knows what he's doing.
Actually,
like,
what's crazy is that I just met Sneaky like maybe 5 months ago, and I've known of him and like known him through social media for like 4 or 5 years. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, what else do you do professionally? What's the next process? It's
such we keep going. So after that, I guess we did do Tuxedo Mask, but before then we were kind of like, we knew of each other, right? Not really talking.
I knew
friends,
that you, I knew that you had done Reverie's video, and I was really on a Reverie binge when I had gotten out of high school, and I was like, ooh, who is this? Like, and my little sister actually put me on Game to Reverie. She had shown me Sitting with Your Head Down. It's over at like an MF Doom beat.
Right.
And I was like, damn, this is really like.
That was such a I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was so, I was lucky, I guess, to catch her at the moment that I caught her, because she was, you know, just about to take the fuck off. And I didn't even think that was gonna happen, or I didn't, I had no idea that was gonna, I just saw, I was like, oh, cool. Like, cause it was, again, small world to me, I guess, cause I didn't know about any of this shit existed. Yeah. So when I did my first video, and then I got like 100 or 50 fucking views, and then I did another one, and I was like, I kind of want to do more, and then I'll reach out to other people, and I reached out to her and like 4 other people, and she was the only one that said yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
And then that was it. Like,
the transition is a dope ass music video.
I like that one too, but it didn't get enough love that I would have hoped. But it was one of my favorites because I thought of the idea and stuff like that. But it was so that was my 3rd video ever.
Sick.
So it's funny to see everybody's like, I saw that video, and it's, it was really good, and I'm like, oh wow, that's good, because it's like that was my 3rd one, and I didn't really
still baby months.
But yeah, I was I guess we were still kind of going through the motions with the whole soul provider stuff, and then you're on parallel side, I guess.
And then I remember us talking about doing a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like me, Rufio Spence, Hollow, and then who else?
It was Vile. Vile's gonna be the last one.
Yeah.
It was
and I think at the time we were all like living in Whittier. It was so funny. But I don't know. I guess it just didn't happen. But I think like the vlog is a replacement for it.
The vlog now, yeah, it's kind of cool. I like doing it because I've always wanted to do it. I want to do it for me and Vile, but then I was like, it's kind of fun to do it for everybody. Yeah, like everybody gets their shine and stuff, and it's all funny.
Stuff the weather.
The way I edit it just makes me fucking laugh. So if it makes me laugh, it makes others laugh. Like, that's, I don't know, it's just fucking funny to me.
A funny bunch.
I started hearing a lot more, and I started seeing everybody else recognize you a lot more when you had that 1 year. I don't know which year was it. That 1 year where you were just going.
2015.
Yeah, you went pretty fucking ham.
Yeah, 2014 to 2015. I was doing work with some cats in the Inland Empire. Like I said, I got kicked out, moved out that way, and pretty much was like back and forth between Rancho Cucamonga and Lake Elsinore. And it was one of those things where I was not really working too much, but also not trying to be at my mom's house and sleeping on her couch and just trying to I wrote that song Find a Way Out, and then people were really digging it. I really wasn't expecting people to like it, because it was poorly mixed. It was actually like a rough mix, and I just threw it online, and then I was like, you know what, I want to like figure out what's going on. So I posted that song, and then a bunch of people kind of reached out to me, and so then I started recording with like Stay Soul, who's out in San Bernardino. That's what the XX represents, because it's Stay XX Soul. So that's like the really first collective that I was ever really a part of, that like provided me with beats and a place to record and things like that. So I started doing like Sunny Days and Vibe shows, and then meeting all these other Inland Empire artists, and like working with Brick to Your Face and The Vibe, and going to the open mics out there on downtown Pomona, because they have a pretty big art scene in the Inland Empire, and I feel like the Inland Empire is on the rise. And unfortunately in Los Angeles there's so many fucking artists that like, and there's so many artists that are the same, which is why I feel like East of the River and the people we fuck with, we stand out. But in the Inland Empire, you get a lot of that too, but there's also like a lot of different outlets I feel like that are being showcased. And so I did a show and I opened up for Blue of Blue in Exile with the Chamber House Records. And after that show, it was like boom, 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 boom. Like every show after that entire year, I did about 112 shows. And then that's where I met this fool and freaking and Mescal. I actually met Mescal out in Corona at a Sunny Days and Vibe show. It rained. There was only like 8 people there.
And he was one of those 8.
Yeah, pretty much. And I remember meeting Mescal and being like, this guy's nice. Like, I'll never forget. It was so funny. I was DJing that night.
So you must have not met him right.
I met him when he was sober.
All right, go ahead.
I'll never forget. I was DJing that night because the fucking host had to leave.
That's tight.
I had to fucking DJ and hold it down.
I could just picture you with the fucking headphones.
Yeah, dude, I had a DJ, and he goes, I wasn't Zzay at the time. I was just Yaz, and he was like,
nice. Onesie?
Yeah.
Nice.
And he was like, Yaz back there can push my buttons all night. And that was just Mescal being Mescal on stage, and I was like, who's this guy? And you know, I ended up like finding out like, you know, he's like a pretty big name out here. And then from that show with Blue, what's funny is I was still living in the Inland Empire and was somehow weasel my way over here back to LA and do all these fucking shows. So then I did another show at 5 Star Bar, ran into him, ran into a bunch of the homies, and then from there I met like King Beats, and I met like people from Music and Strength, and I met a bunch of different people. And I I was hanging out with the homies like Heavy J and Nay from Arsene, and they were smoking at St. Fatty's Day. That's where I met him and Tech for the first time. That's where I met Max and Tech for the first time.
How was Max for the first time?
Didn't have a lot of hair. Definitely still had the mustache, but didn't have a lot of hair.
Nice.
And
you just talked about him like visually, but like how was he as a person? Was he like pretty much the same thing?
No, yeah. I mean, we were all stoned at this high ass event. And what's funny is that I had been going back and forth in between Inland Empire and here, but I was seeing all the people that I was meeting in LA back in the Inland Empire, and the people in the Inland Empire out here in LA. And like eventually met like Bonnie Blue, and met like all the pretty much like main heads from like Platform Collection. And then I did a Black Books and Rhyme Book show out here in
what year?
LA.
2015 still?
Yeah, it's been 2 years since Black Books and Rhyme Books started. Yeah, so I did like one of their first events, and it was a event where it rained like a motherfucker. And
I do remember that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
It rained like crazy. Juke the First performed, and a bunch of that was Juke the First, Carlo, Rick Scales. That's where I met all of them. And I dropped Cloud 92 that year, And after
Nice.
yeah, so Cloud 92.
How long did that take?
That took a long ass time. I started Cloud 92 even before high school.
The one thing I do see, or what I guess saw back then, was that you had really good presentation.
Yeah.
Your presentation was really well thought out, even back then, which is nice to see now. Whole Botany and bouquet packages and stuff like that.
Thanks.
It's like your whole thing is well planned and well thought out.
Well, I like to think that I have like a sense of creative direction in some way, shape, or form. I mean, obviously, it's good to like seek other opinions and like how people feel like you should do certain things, but I'm just like I'm just the type of person where I'm like kind of gung-ho about how I feel, and if it feels right to me, I'm just gonna do it. Obviously now with Botany I had to change certain things or do certain things because I definitely wanted to make sure that the audience was taken care of and thought of. But I mean, with Cloud 92, it's just like a SoundCloud album, and one of the songs got removed because it had like a Biggie Smalls sample. But I mean, you know, it's a learning experience. That I started that album by myself. I recorded a couple of the tracks with Audacity, and I borrowed my mom's laptop. It was this little pink little Windows. You remember the little Windows Mini laptops? It was this little tiny ass laptop. I had like a silver, what is it called? Those little silver hangers that you get from the dry cleaners, and then wrap that into a little circle. Put this in front of this cheap ass mic, and then fucking put a pantyhose over it and would record in my pantry.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I'd record in my pantry.
God.
I mean, one of the dudes from Iron Lung Movement kind of taught me the basic maneuvers, but I like learned it all on my own and kind of mastered it. So I recorded some of the stuff on my own, and then even did a song with like my sister, made her rap and do all this shit, and it was quite a journey because I started writing Cloud 92 in like 2008. And some of the lyrics that were actually released in the album in 2012 are from that far back. And I kind of did the same thing with Botany. There are lyrics in this album that are from like 2011, 2012. So, you know, moving forward from that, I think that that year of shows, I probably won't ever have a year like that again until I'm like solely doing music, because I just can't do that now. Like, it's not in my cards right now to just do like 100 shows in a year. Like I did that at a really young age in my career, and
people have to do that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, if you don't do that, I wouldn't have like the amount of fans and like supporters that I do right now. And because the people who have been riding with me and supporting me and supporting my music are people that I met when I did shows that year. I actually had a couple who came to my Botany album release party, and they saw me at the Blue show, and the way that they the way that they were able to see me is because my dad was in line and was like, anybody need tickets? Anybody need tickets? Anybody need tickets? And they were like, we need tickets. So my dad sold them tickets right then and there outside, and they bought him a beer inside. And after my dad rocked, I rocked, my dad had a dip, but they were like, your dad's the best. Your dad's so chill. Like, he got his tickets in here, and you're fucking dope. So they had been following me that whole time.
Damn,
and then
man.
at the album release show for Botany this year, they were both there, and they were like, we just came to, like, you know, say how proud we were of you, and like things like that. You can only get by having a genuine connection with your audience. And
that's awesome.
Even if I've done 20, like, I haven't done too many shows this year, but you can believe that. And with similarly, like, to the year that I did all those shows, the connection that I have with my audience is still there. And if anything, it's only gotten stronger, you know. And I feel like that's one thing that people take away from my performances, from my shows, is that I give it 110% of myself. And I think that's kind of hard for people to look away from. And I can only see it getting better, dude. Especially with the better shows that we're doing. And not saying that the other ones were duds or anything like that, because I definitely had some really good shows, but I also had some really shitty shows. And there were times where, like, I didn't want to make shows because I had already been rocking 4 days that week, but I still did it and was able to pull off a lot, and without a car, without a job, and pretty much just live off my art. And now that I have done that, I don't think I want to do that until I'm pretty established and able to actually live off my music. Because now I'm living in LA, I'm living in Boyle Heights. You know, rent is expensive. Cost of living is stupid expensive. I don't pay like $200 a month for rent and a couple bills. You know, I'm putting in like grown folk bills and grown folk money and paying rent here at a studio and trying to balance it all, and then also book a couple shows, try and, you know, invest my time wisely with people who want to invest in me, and still trying to make it with writing and, you know, write with the crew and support the collective. And there's a lot going on right now, so I feel like doing those shows wouldn't be a smart investment right now. Doing that many shows, it's out of the picture. Right now I have to focus on the collective, on the people who are in my life supporting me, focus on myself, on my music career. Do I eventually want to just live off my music and just work off this and travel the world with my music? Fuck yeah. But I'm also trying to make sure that I have a solid foundation to do it, because the starving artist life is just not for me. Like, it's
I think you've already, you know.
Yeah, I feel like
you've already done enough to where you could pick and choose whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not saying that I'm like this legend or anything like that, because I have so much to do and I have so much to learn and so much to keep, you know, striving for. But at the same time, I'm not no spring chicken. I've actually had fools come up to me after shows and be like, hey, so like I want to give you some tips. And I was like, you can like tip your shit out of here. Like, I'm not here for your tips. And I'm not like this. Like I said, I'm not Medusa, I'm not Sister Irie, but I am also this like blossoming this beautiful world. No, I am also this blossoming artist, and I feel like I'm with the right people right now, and it's only gonna get like better from here, because new music is being written. I'm trying to find different things about myself that I could apply to my writing, because I feel like with the projects that I've put out, they've only gotten better and they can only get better, and I can't come back after Botany with like some mediocre ass album. I can't come back with weak content or weak lyricism. I have to really, really, really make sure that whatever I'm putting out is the absolute best that I can, which is what I'm trying to do. So hopefully people like the next project. It's gonna be called Patterns.
Ooh, That's a good name.
It's about repetition and the bullshit we deal with. I'm not trying to be all like conscious political rapper, but it's definitely gonna talk about some of the shit going on right now.
Oh yeah, I see that now. It's Zzay Pattern. That's tight. That's super dope.
Some production by C3.
What type of sound are you thinking?
You know what? There's a lot. There's some beats produced by Spec. There's some beats by C3. Out of Endless Vibes Records. There is some dope beats, Lee beats. It's gonna kind of be like Botany in the sense where the beats are all over the place, but this is definitely not gonna have a wholesome collective feel like Botany did. That's for sure. Botany was...
What'd you learn from Botany?
That you can't rush things. Even though I was supposed to learn that with my first album, because the first album took me a long ass time, and even after that album I was like, man, I rushed this. With Botany, I gave myself a deadline, and it was just more so the money aspect, having to save up all this money and get everything in line for the merch and for the physical copies and the album release party and the mixing and the mastering and the sessions and the montaging, and having to hear Mescal say like, I don't like the way this sounds, and this sounds weird, or I don't get this. And it's like, I'm not a rapper, you know. I mean, I can be, but I'm not a rapper. I'm not a hip hop MC. Like, you don't hear, and like, I mean, honestly, if you see me and you automatically assume that I'm a rapper, then you don't know my music and you don't know me as an artist. And that's one of the argues I was having with one of my friends, actually, because he was like, yeah, but like, you're an MC and blah blah blah. And I was like,
so how would you categorize if you can?
I'm just like a multi-artist, dude. Like, even I eventually want to make my own beats. Like, I want to be able to do my own production. I want to be able to be a self-made artist. And
when do you think that'll be?
You know what?
Have time for that.
The goal by 2018 is to pretty much have this next little album done and be able to save up to buy a machine or some sort of MPC. Specs right here. You know, I have a ton of homies who are more than willing to help teach me how to produce. It's just a matter of getting it processed and getting it done. But to be honest, like, I can't put my, just like East of the River, you know, I can't put myself in a box or a label. I can't call myself a rapper. I can't call myself just a singer, because you'll never get an album from me that's solely singing or just rapping. You're always going to get a little bit of both. Somebody called me the female Frank Ocean the other day at work, and I was like, I'll take it, you know. But it's just, it's about being a multi-artist. Like, I'm with the Botany packages, I painted stuff for people. Like, I really dug deep. Yeah,
you were writing things a lot. You were writing a lot, right? To it. I mean, like paragraphs and stuff like that to people.
Yeah, I was like writing really personalized essays. But one of the other things that I can learn from Botany is to just trust your gut instinct and trust yourself and trust your own belief system, because there are so many people that felt the need to like cut into the album and say, no, well, you should do this and you should do this and I think you should do this. And it was like, like, just let me do what I want to do. Like, I get it that I'm supposed to have the audience in mind when I'm creating things like this, but at the same time, this is my expression. This is my form of being able to release how I feel and what I say and or how I'm feeling, and this is my way to express those emotions. So let me fucking feel those emotions and put it on wax, you know, because at the end of the day, in 10 years, I'm going to look back and remember exactly how I was feeling in this album or with certain songs, because of, you know, how I felt when I wrote the songs. So,
would you get Bonnie on wax? On literal, like, vinyl?
Oh, hell yeah. I totally would. I would totally get Botany on wax. And that's one of the things, too. Like, with my next album, before the album is even finished, I want to have merch, CDs, physicals, all that shit.
So you can come correct, right?
Yeah, because it's, if you're going to make that big of an investment, you might as well make sure that everything is on par. Because people look at that. People look at that, and it's like Socialized, they did it really well. They had CDs way before their album dropped, or the throwaway tape, like, you know, that their marketing scheme for that, not scheme, but their marketing plan for that was great. And you know, like Gavlin, Vela Wonder, and like anytime you go to a show that they're rocking at, they have a big ass merch table, and after they know they're gonna get this flood of people coming up to them. So it's like, hey, meet me at my merch table and come talk to me. We'll take pictures. That's what I need to do. Because people do that. People come up to me after the shows when I rock and, you know, want to have this conversation with me. And, you know, I'm trying to, like, just breathe and get outside. But in reality, I should have a merch table so people can come talk to me and can come chill with me and, you know, take pictures and buy things and invest in me as an artist. Because I've had people ask me, like, do you have anything I can buy off you? Just because I want to support you, you know? And there's been times where I'm like, no, I don't have anything.
Yeah, people have to make the best out of the show, because it's not just, you know, you rock. You get there, you rock, you get the fuck out. You have to, you know, fucking show up early and shake hands.
Yeah.
Fucking talk to everybody that's there. Be like, hey, what's up? I'm going to be right here in like 20 minutes. If you want to come see me, I'm right here.
Exactly.
You know?
And come talk to me as a person and get to know each other. And yeah, I think that moving forward as an artist, I'm also really trying to find an outlet for other people. So I'm going to be doing You Won't Push Us Out on a monthly basis with the collective.
What's this?
At El Abru, the last little open mic thing I had. It was really dope. It's only going to be like 3 or 4 artists performing. And then the rest of the night is dedicated to open mic.
What's it called again?
You Won't Push Us Out.
That's tight. Super dope.
It's going to be fun.
You have a specific day? Every Monday?
Second Saturday of the month.
Ooh, every second Saturday of the month. That's nice.
So that's going to be at El Abru, and it's bomb coffee, bomb pastries.
Where's El Abru?
6th in Main. 6th in Spring, I'm sorry.
6th in spring.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think, we've been there, right? It was for Art Walk.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's right. Yeah, it feels super artsy.
Yeah.
Feels nice.
And it's underground, which was something that I really love.
You get that aspect of like, oh shit. Like you
really
you really gotta search, or
and it's
you really
free,
gotta know.
It's all ages. I want people to be able to like come out and just say how they feel, just because there's so much going on. And I feel like there's so much backlash when you want to post something online and you're literally stamped, you know, like when you say how you feel and you post your emotions online and you're ridiculed, ostracized, people talk shit, like, and with so much going on, it's like you don't even really know where to start sometimes. But I think by trying to bring the community together, especially within the arts, can have such a lasting effect. The next show that we're going to throw, like I said, all the shows are free, but we are going to make sure that we're going to set up donations for Puerto Rico and Mexico. Mm-hmm. And we're also going to like try and get donations for the Vegas incident.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to have my artistry go deeper than music and help with the cause. And because I started with open mics, you know, I started with just getting my ass up there and trying to.
Who knows, man? You might see another ZIZZLE out there.
You probably will, but she ain't gonna have my hair, so she ain't gonna be me.
It was nice to talk to you.
You too.
It's like we don't get to hang out and stuff.
We don't.
It's like we're not part of a fucking crew or shit. No, but it's been a long time coming, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna talk to you again because there's a lot of things that I didn't really get to talk to you because we were just talking about your life and how amazing it is.
That happens when we talk, right? Every time we talk, like we'll literally start off on like what happened during the weekend, and it'll end up like what happened when I was like 3 years old, and when Muds was like 16, and it's just.
We both had seen hair and it was tight.
Oh my god! In high school, Muds and I both had the same haircut. So
but
funny.
We didn't know each other.
I know, we literally listened to the same music, had all the same friends, had all the same fucking friends.
Yes.
And never met until like 2000.
Dude, I had the tightest black pants ever, and it was this shit. If we could go back in time, man,
Did you have the big shoes too?
It. No, I didn't have the big shoes.
I would wear the big DC shoes.
I did not go that
I would wear like DCs or Etnies.
I either had Vans or
puffy
Chucks.
Shoes.
That was me.
I had Vans too. Really, really skinny jeans. I had like the clip-in extensions and like Paramore's Riot t-shirt. I remember I had a Paramore Riot messenger bag at high school. It was crazy. And then like I remember what's funny is that I became like a scene girl as a joke. This will be funny, huh? Mm-hmm. And then you just became. Well, it was Halloween. And I was like, I'm gonna be a scene girl.
And then everybody was
and
like,
then my dad
Zzay.
was like, that looks kind of cool. Like, what are you supposed to be? And I was like, are you serious? Okay, whatever. So then I actually did chop my hair all fucking gnarly. And my sister was a little scenester too. So we're a little scene queens.
She was just copying you. Don't work till you're dead, nigga. I can't say that last one because I just feel I would be offended if I would. Anything you want to say before we dip the fuck out and let Max do his thing here at the studio? Lovely East of the River studio.
Keep checking out Botany, ZZLE.com. Keep look out for new music. I'm trying to like start doing shows out of state.
Nice.
Start because I eventually. By 2019, I really want to be out in Europe. I don't want to be in the United States.
It's dope as fuck.
I want to be out of the fucking country doing shows. So
I want Lee Sands to fucking take us out there.
I want to go to the north, south, west, wherever the hell he is. North, south, east, west, in Australia.
Let's just go everywhere.
He's in Southwest. That's where he is.
Let's go everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go to fucking Brazil. I want to go to Germany. I want to go to Portugal. I want to go to all these places doing music. I say it a lot. But I was like a college dropout, and I didn't get to do the whole study abroad, you know. But if I could do that through music, man, I would hop on that in a heartbeat. But yeah, fuck East of the River.
Just be you, boo boo.
Just be yo.
Follow Zzay at what? XXZZAAY?
XXZZAY.
Fuck, no double A. Got it. I know. We were actually, before we dip, but we were driving by onto Vegas and we saw that street that says XXZ
Oh,
YYXXZ, we were like, oh, it's Zzay! Oh! And then that was it. That was the only time you were
I've
mentioned.
literally been told that by like Steez, like 760s. And when I went up to Vegas last year, I took a picture next to that sign.
Ah, Zzay. Yeah. That's tight. That's super tight. All right, bye, Zzay.
Bye. I go by Zzay. Repping East of the River. Platform Collection. Shout out to Mighty Muds. Fresh Daily.
The different things that you encounter, I would say that everything I make now is just a reflection of all my influences growing up.
Black and white, like it's black and bright, like I'm black and right, clash and fight as I'm trying to find a perfect. Stuck in routine, question if the drive is worth it, too weak to intervene. All these ghosts I'm seeing, do the most when I'm dreaming. Do you really mean the shit you say? Did you fall into the scheme and fail to pay attention, letting mentions getting in the way? Souls need meditation, goals need innovation. Your third eye vision is a gimmick, frontin' like you conscious of noxious concepts. Clutch a thought process, carved to the mold, sold out to anything common. Anxiety screams and it's got me screeching, stop it, stop looking for a response. Wonder what runs through my pop's head when they call me a low life and treat me like a pothead. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. As a monarch flies through the foggy night, soldiers clasping crucifixes, anarchy rises in the whites of their eyes. With loose lips he speaks, is there any love inside? Bombs going off inside of the mind, no compromise for compassion. A fracture, a laughter, a gas leak of passion. The glass breaks in orderly fashion, fasten the time and we the laughing stock of the world. No one in the White House is a girl. I didn't come from your rib, you came from my stomach. Who can I trust in this wanderlust? I'ma spark up my blunt and don't you tell me how to function. Fresh Daily.
It's always gonna be an inspiring aspect.
I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Gotta take a step back and empathize with the next man. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. I'm trying to check my ego every chance I get. Trying to check my ego every chance I get. No beats. Pretty fresh. Pretty fresh up in the building. This is Botany. Ooh. Ooh. Shout out to Muds. Oh, ZZLE.com. Go to that. This is Zzay. Not ZIZZLE, not ZIZZLE, not ZIZZLE, or however the fuck you misspell it. It's Zzay, out of East of the River, Rich Minds Platform Collection, and you know what, Muds? That was pretty fucking fresh. Just saying.